May I ask one question on that Tesla trade, please?
Yes, go ahead.
So I did a straddle.
Before we go into that, I want to show you guys something. No matter how late you were on this, you would have made money no matter what. If you followed what I say, it would have never, ever, ever mattered where you finally killed your calls, right?
I guess I'm not really sure when to close the other
As
side
soon
that
as it
isn't
gives you
working.
confirmation. Let's say this was a straddle. I'm going to draw my line right here where it would break. So this is my straddle. These are my calls, right? These are my puts. As soon as confirmation, right, gives you anything showing to kill the other side, we want to do it because it ran down. So you could have killed it anywhere all day, and then whatever was left, you would have made the money. Makes sense? Now, typically, it isn't, set up real nice like that, unless you're, of course, waiting for that setup. We knew once it broke trend, that was going to be the direction it wanted to go. That would have been the moment we would have killed it. Again, typically we don't have that, so we would have been looking for, a major level of support or resistance, or as soon as it broke below VWAP, we know if it's under VWAP, you don't want to be in calls under VWAP, everybody in the room, right?
Right.
Wasn't this the perfect storm?
Absolutely, coach.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So that's why we would have killed it. But again, no matter what time you would have done it, all the way to the damn bell, you would have made money no matter what on that straddle all day long. If you bought it here and you killed your call down here or here, you still would have made money from here to here, right? Or here to here. It wouldn't have mattered. You had hours to figure it out. The beauty is it continued to go in that way. The trend was your friend. It stayed below VWAP, stayed below the 200. Hell, it stayed below the 55, the 21, and the 9 until in here. I mean, it just all day long. And if you guys use the shedding technique, and I know exactly for a fact I said yesterday that if you guys get into a scalp that turns into a beautiful trade, to use the shedding technique. Didn't I say that?
Yes, sir.
So if that's the case and you guys use the shedding technique, you still would have had 10% remaining until it broke what?
VWAP.
There you go. And if you bought it up here and you guys already know the rule that VWAP will follow it all the way down, you still would have made money. Even if this would have been your last runner, you would have still made, this would have been your profit.
Welcome to the Aftermarket. American Dream Trading. You have entered the Aftermarket. AmericanDreamTrading.com. Welcome. You are now in the Aftermarket.
Welcome to American Dream Trading. Hold on one second. I'm putting the stream link down there. Welcome to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket Live Chat and Watch Party. I'm your host, Dawn, aka J&J Video Reacts. How are you guys? Hopefully you had a fantastic week. I know I did. Meta. Gotta love Meta and IWM this week. I'm telling you, they were the mostest. Guys, can you believe that we're at Friday already? What? What is going on with the time? Wow. Well, welcome to Freestyle Friday. Friday Freestyle. It's that time again. for us to just kick back, reflect on our week, and see and go over the things that we did well, right? Let's focus on what we did well. If we did some things that were a little, well, say questionable, and it resulted in some losses, we're going to take those as learning experiences. I know I did. I didn't have a completely green day every day this week. I mean, I had a red day or two in there, and I just reflected on it, went over my journal, and moved on. And at the end of the day, overall, the week turned out to be green because I didn't let anything that happened earlier in the week affect me today. I waited for setups. That's what we should do. That's what my takeaway is this week. Wait for the setups. Develop patience, develop discipline, right? You guys agree with me? Give me a 1 in the chat. Who's down there tonight? Oh, we got nobody here. Oh, wait. What? I should have waited a few more minutes. Okay, there we go. Pebbles, what's up, buddy? How are you? Bucko's down there. F2's down there. Our usual band of malcontents. You ever see the movie Pump Up the Volume? Broken Equilibrium. What's going on? I put Stream Clink. Wow. That extra K jumped in there, didn't it? That's the stream link. Clink. What up, Maria? How you doing, baby girl? I know you haven't been feeling well, so hopefully you feel better. Let's go, Mark McSee. What's happening? Keith is down there. What's up? Oh, you got a 1 in the chat. Cool. Cool. Let's get hydrated. We wanted to just watch some videos because I really don't have any subject to talk about. We cover pretty much everything I wanted to talk about this week. How about Coach, huh? Don't forget the sale, right? Don't forget to get your Diamond membership. Why? Because that includes everything. Not only now, but in the future, right? In the future. You can't beat that. 10K? Come on, pull it together. If you have the wherewithal, pull it together. Go into debt, damn it. It is worth it. Because when you think about what the education that you're going to be privy to, meaning you can go in and out of any of the rooms that we have available, think about that for a minute. Any and every class that is given, I'm talking workshop classes, I'm talking mastermind classes, I'm talking weekend training, breakout rooms, futures, crypto, stocks, and education in the morning with government. You come on, everything. And you know what these things cost individually, right? So if you have it or you have a way to get it, I would get it. Because think about with all of that being available to you, think of all of that being available to you. That's only the halfway point. See, that's where a lot of people kind of screw this thing up. Oh, it didn't work. No, that's the halfway, but you got to be the other half and meet it halfway. The knowledge is invaluable, but it's not valuable if you don't use it. Who cares about the rules if you don't use them? The rules are there to be utilized. The information is there to be learned and studied and then implemented. Not learned and studied and then hemming and hawing. No, used. The information is there. Look, knowledge is power only if you apply it. And only if you apply it properly. Right? So don't quit or think, oh, that's too expensive, when if you sit and take the time to actually study and learn it, that $10,000 is going to be a drop in the bucket. That's going to be a drop in the, look at what Mark McSee's doing. He's making that in a week's time, in a couple of days, right? He's putting that kind of money. So if he can do it, if Palm can do it, if Government Cheese can do it, you can do it. You have access to the same information they do. So why are they processing it better than you are? They can't, right? You have the ability to process the same information. You just got to go for it. You got to be laser freaking focused. Somebody came in the backstage. I heard you. Hold on. I'm coming. All right. She must be feeling better tonight. What's up, Maria? How you doing, babe?
Oh, please. Okay. It helps if you turn that mic thing on. I'm not feeling all that much better, but I need the name of this magic powder.
Magic what?
Powder that I'm supposed to be putting in my drink so I don't get sick for 10 years.
Moringa.
Okay.
I
know you put the link in.
I have your digits. I will send you the link directly. Soon as this is over, I'll go ahead and send that to you. And I'm gonna send you the YouTube video that convinced me. Well, have you ever heard of Dr. Sebi?
I don't think so.
Okay. It's this guy who was really big into holistic healing. It's thought that the government took him out because he was curing people. Anyway,
right, yeah.
A long time
like that.
Yeah. Long time ago, I heard him mention moringa, and I looked it up. I went on YouTube, looked up it has all kinds of healing. It's called the miracle tree, and I am living proof, man. I literally have not been sick for 10 years, and then I said you guys have witnessed 2 years of it yourself. So
listen, my son went back to. He goes to preschool, and he went to preschool one day last week and came home, and we all down and out in my house. I'm like, man.
Yeah. I put 2 teaspoons. I drink this down to about right here, and I put 2 teaspoons of that powder in this every morning. I shake it up for about a good 5 minutes. And here's the deal, too. Once you do that, just try your best to get it all down within a couple minutes, because it's not the worst tasting stuff. It just tastes like liquid grass, right? But
I make a bunch of smoothies, but I can put it in a smoothie, right?
Dude, you could put sprinkle the powder over salads, soup, smoothies. You don't have to drink it straight.
My coffee.
That
might be a little weird. That might be a little weird. I mess up a good thing.
Literally tastes like grass. But here's the thing. Here's the rip. Don't let it sit for more than 10 or 15 minutes, because it will taste like fish guts.
Ew.
It tastes really fishy if you let it linger for more than like 20 minutes. So drink it.
Let it linger. I'm sorry. A little Cranberries reference. How'd
you do this week? And don't forget the lemon and ginger.
Yeah. I got that going. Don't worry. Okay. I didn't have very much ginger, and then I didn't order more, and I should have. But anyway, how did I do this week? Do what?
Huh?
What'd you say? You said what the hell? I'm sorry.
No.
No. So let's see. Monday was good. Tuesday was not so great, I don't think, but not like red. I don't know. Apple was doing crazy stuff, and I really wasn't shopping around, And so then I took a page from Nate's Government Cheese's book and created my Riding the Nine watch list. And this morning I had been watching Apple, Hi, Mark.
I miss him. I miss him
so much. I love him doing his lives.com. And you have a parrot. I mean, come on.
He has a parrot. Where's the parrot?
The parrot that's mimicking him.
I'm not gonna do it again, damn it.
Okay. Do you remember? Okay, never mind.
American Dream Trading.
Anyway.
.com.
You remember the parrot in Younger? that was mimicking old girl having sex. That was pretty funny.
Yes, yes. Oh my god, that was too funny. That scene, they were like, okay, get it out of here.
Right. Okay, get the little kids out. Got to go.
Dude, you know I finished that
Anyway.
like last weekend, the whole thing.
Okay, I still have 2 episodes left,
Oh man.
but I heard you were watching Virgin River, and I'm finished all of that.
You finished
That's
Virgin
great.
River?
Yeah, I mean, I only had 1 season left when the new one came out because I've been up to date on that. Now I'm on Sweet Magnolias, but I gotta finish Younger first. I'm sorry, fellas. Let me get through my week.
Wait a minute, hold
Do
on
what?
1 second. Is Virgin River still going?
Yeah, the new season just finished. Yeah,
Okay, so 6 is the not like the final season, like Younger.
I don't think so. Not the way they left it.
Cool. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell me about your week.
Okay,
I'm
so
on
then.
4. I'm on season 4, like episode.
So yesterday I didn't trade because I felt like poo poo, and then today I was like, okay. I mean, I listen to the group every day, and I'm involved, and I'm in the Apple chat. I'm not like I've gone anywhere. I just could not I didn't trust myself because my head was all foggy.
That was smart.
And so I was like, I'm creating a Riding the Nine. I did that on Wednesday, actually, I think. Watch list. And so this morning. But then I start clicking through it, and I'm looking for the setup, right? The setup. And then I was like, oh, that 9:45 news. I don't want to get in anything before that, because I just didn't know. And so I'm in the setup, and I chose IWM, and I was really proud of myself because GC also chose that one. So I obviously
I made
recognized
150 off of it.
right?
Yes. In addition to
And then I
4
wished
from
I had
Meta.
held it all day because I'd have made, I don't know, 800, but whatever.
Buku. I stopped it because I had gotten in Meta and started making money. I'm like, oh shit, okay. It was a little bit too much. I'm like, okay, let me just focus on one, because if the other starts reversing and I don't see it, I'm gonna be pissed off, especially if I'm in the money on both of them. So I went on ahead and cut IWM because the delta was much bigger on Meta, and I just stuck with that. But yeah. Damn, okay.
Kind of my takeaway was that, when I'm just playing Apple, I have to stay glued to the screen so I don't miss my opportunity. Do you know what I mean? Especially, I'm sorry, my child is out here now, especially with EWO. But with the Riding the Nine and screening the watch list, I can at least walk away and come back and know that there's a potential play somewhere. But I still love Apple. I'm devoted. We're going to regain our trust. All right, everybody else go, because I got to get this kid a marker.
Hey F2, how you doing, baby?
I'm doing great. Had a good day. Last couple of days, done well. I increased my account by about 35% today.
Damn. With Apple?
Apple, and I did some pre-market trading with you guys this morning with a couple of them, and I just did some aftermarket with what was it I just did that I get, and just watching the setups, everything above VWAP and the EWO and things. So it was making me very successful, and I want to say thank you all for that. So.
Thank you for being an inspiration and helping me to, keep myself afloat. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to, help people and explain things to people, and you're not following it to the letter as well, or not being patient. You know what I mean? So thank you for being part of the reason I put my foot up my ass and was like, look, you need to start succeeding. You know how to do this. It makes no sense for you not to be doing better than what you're doing. So with that being said, I've been really doing the same thing you just said, taking advantage of what we're doing in the pre-market, getting way better at that. I've been taking some losses in the pre-market, but it doesn't really scare me because I think I got that down. I just had a couple bad choices in there, and they didn't do what I thought. So I cut my losses. Still got a couple of dollars in there, like 170 or something like this. So I still got enough to make some shit happen next week. You know what I mean? But, being patient was my thing this week. Mark, you've been preaching it. You know, being patient and waiting for the setups and then hammering it when you get it and then taking the green and getting the hell out when it goes the other way. That's just been the theme, you know, and has been all along. So good for you. Good for you. 35% of your whole account?
Yes, ma'am.
That's huge.
I'm trusting letting it run and things. So I did a couple of Apple puts today and stuff. And well, it's Friday and they're a little bit cheaper. The options are so.
Yeah. Yeah, I was eyeing up Apple just in case. But I'm addicted to Meta. Mark, do you like in the futures, do you like it going down better than going up?
Yeah, actually, I like shorting. I mean, it doesn't pay any
Yeah.
more or any less than going up long, but yeah, I like.
It's just something about the
Yeah, because
movement.
I think I can read the. I don't know why. I think I can read the L2 better when it's going down than when it's going up, which doesn't make a lick of sense because you just do the inverse when it's going up, right? But
Right.
yeah, matter of fact, we were in a 3.5 hour trade live today. Doug was sharing his screen that he got in on EWO and ES, and we ran that puppy clear down to about 3:30 this afternoon live in front of everybody. And he covered that trade all the way down. And you know, and I don't trade my real account when I'm training, right? You know, when I'm sharing my screen and training, I don't. And I don't have FOMO. I really don't. But I would have doubled my money if I'd have played that at the same time.
But you wished you were.
Oh my God, Mark,
yeah.
look. I got in Meta, right? And I got one contract. I got paid like $340 for it and sold it at $735, right?
Wow.
The fucker went to $1260.
Well, you still got $3 a contract more than you had when you woke up, right?
Yeah. $500 though,
No FOMO.
Mark.
You've been around long enough not to have FOMO. What if you wouldn't have traded it all today? You wouldn't have had any of it, right?
This is my 5 minutes.
No FOMO.
This is my 5 minutes of FOMO.
That is something I want to grow on, though, is my exits. I think I've got my entries pretty good, but I think an area of growth for me is my exits.
So
And
why
some of that
did you
is
get
having enough contracts.
Yeah. Why
to
did
be
you
able
get
to
out when
shed.
you did? Did you make a mistake misread your charts?
No, it broke the 9.
Did it say to get out?
It didn't go. I wasn't in an EWO. I wasn't in an EWO.
Okay, I'm going to show you what I did. Hold on. I thought you were also talking. I'm going to show you.
Let's bring out the big guns.
I'm bringing out Weeble.
Out the shorts. And by the way, Mark, I like big puts and I cannot lie.
Maria's crazy.
Learn all kinds of. Let's go. Yeah, getting out, that's the hardest part, really. It is. I mean, even if you're making money, do I get out now or do I wait? That's where the L2 really comes in handy, I'll tell you.
Right.
We watched that trade for 3.5 hours today and watched it. Actually, we didn't really need it, but it did help encourage us when there were small pullbacks. You could see the L2. There was huge orders at the bottom of the L2 showing people wanted to pull them orders down. And so
did you have it on 50 or 20 or 10?
No, 10. You only have 10 in futures.
Okay.
10 max in
futures.
Oh,
okay. I didn't know.
No, I never look at 50.
All right, so I got in.
I trade on my phone. I only have 3.
Where is that? Okay, right here. This is where I got in. Right at this candle here, because you see why it's the GC theory. It's not as long as it's not sitting on there. As soon as it went under, because I saw all of this, but I didn't like it riding the 9. As soon as it broke away, I jumped in here, and I was praying to God that it broke this level, because this is a level that I saw this double bottom happening. So I'm like, okay, please, I'm not jumping out. And if it had gone up, I was ready to get out. I had to stop, all ready to go, but it didn't. And it stayed here, gave me, a headache right here for a little bit. Then this happened. Then this happened. I'm like, oh shit, okay, I'm gonna stay in here. Then this happened, and I kind of got scared a little bit, but I didn't because it was below the 9. But when it got here, this level here goes way back. Like there's a lot of shit that's happening at this level.
Gold
So
level.
I had this, yeah. And so when this happened, it was supposed to happen because I expected.
Oh, yeah, but I got out there too.
That. I got
Oh,
it.
yeah. Yeah, I'd have
And
bailed.
look what it did. It took forever moving. Like, look.
Could have
and
re-entered.
This.
Could have re-entered.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have any more money.
Oh, you mean you have to wait till the next day to get your
yeah.
monies out? Oh, we don't have that in the future.
Stop it, Mark. I'll be over there. I'll be over there.
Wow. Rub it in, Mark. Rub it in.
I know. Well,
I'll be over there. Yeah, keep playing.
I didn't see the rest
I'm
of your
building
chart
it up
when you started, but what's the first thing on your entry that you didn't do when you entered?
What I entered?
Yeah.
I told you about it right here.
Well, yeah, but that ain't where you got in at. You got in back over there, to the left. Is what you told me, right?
Oh,
right there.
Oh, that's right.
At that level. What didn't happen
right here.
there?
Yep, this one right here.
What didn't happen there? If you're just now entering and you're entering at a level, you did not have a break and hold confirmation to enter, right? I mean, it turns out it went straight sideways, so you lucked out anyway. But you know, if you don't wait for that break and hold,
no, but here's
you
the
enter,
thing: it went under the 9, though.
No,
it went under the 9, though.
I have different criteria than you.
That's my entry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You got lucky on price because
when
it went
does
sideways. Yeah. If I'm at a level, if all my indicators are lined up and I'm approaching a level and it breaks the 9, I wait for that break and hold below that next level especially when it's sitting like that, because you don't know, you could get there and it'll be below that line for a fraction of a second, retract it below the other way, right? So I always treat that's how I do. I always wait for that. Yeah, do I give up a few bucks? Sure I do, right? But I wait for that break and hold with that confirmation candle, then I jump in, which in your case it worked out.
So you would have waited for it down here.
Well, yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, because it didn't break and hold. I mean,
okay, I got you.
It just gives you again, nothing's guaranteed, right? Just because it breaks and hold don't mean it's going to continue in that direction, but it's more likely.
Why put myself through all of that when I clearly saw the double bottom? That's why I marked it out.
Right.
So it's like, why put myself through that? Wait for it to break. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
then
all this worked out all right for you. You still got the you got the hold, you know, but you went sideways for a while, right?
Yeah.
So I just wait for that break away from the 9, and if I break there like that real close, I'll wait for the break and hold before I enter.
Right.
In case it pulls back. And I do that all day long. Jump in, jump out. Jump in, jump out.
I forget what I did.
Except you'd be proud of me today. I held on to stuff for like a half an hour today almost.
Dude, I know what you made. You told me you are killing it, dude.
Yeah.
I so badly wanted to ask you where you saw, like, what your next line of IWM was, because mine was like 218, I think. And I was like, that's so far. Like, my next, like, serious line. And I was like, I wonder what Mark thinks. I mean, I had other little lines, but it went to 218, by the way. Coach, there was a lot going on.
Me and Vinny.
There was a lot going on.
So what? You're a paid member. You have an open mic. Ask it.
Good God, I got a ton of lines on this thing.
Yeah, that's my problem
now.
Okay, so now go to IWM.
Even Doug was making fun of my lines on my chart today. When other moderators and paid members make fun of how many lines you got on chart, you know it's time to blank the chart out and start over.
Right.
I know it's time when Weeble tells me you have too many lines on this chart. Would you like to continue? And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's time to erase and start over. But okay, Dawn, go to IWM now.
I'm on it.
Oh, okay. So 946 was my first entry.
How do I get rid of these lines, Mark? Right click on the chart.
Just go up there to the eyeball and hide them.
You can hide them. You can delete them. I don't know. I forget. I don't chart. I don't chart. Let me look at my chart here.
There's an
Read it.
eyeball. If you're on indicators, there's an eyeball. If you're on drawings, there's an eyeball at the top, and you can just click that and it'll erase them.
There's a trash can there that you can delete all. They're clear to the far right. Click your pencil.
But if you just want to hide
Right there.
them, just hit the eyeball. She might want her
No, I need to
lines marked.
redo them. Yeah, I need to redo them.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay,
so-
okay.
Yep.
All right, so go to 946.
All right, give me 2 seconds to enlarge that screen for me. Go to where?
9:46 a.m.
Eastern.
Yeah, duh. Everything.
All right, 9:42, 3, 4,
Yep. Oh,
6.
that's a beautiful
You want the
place
2 minute?
No, it's on the one.
Okay.
Well, regardless, that's a beautiful entry if that's where you got in at.
Yes, and then I rebought at 950, or I added in, excuse me, at 950.
Damn it.
Yeah, you're good. You're still good.
And
So in other words,
then
you got in there and you never even got out of the trade until you're still in the trade, right?
I mean, I wish, Mark, but no. Okay, so we have to keep
Okay,
going.
so you got in
Oh,
here. You got in
my
9:46 right here. And you got out where?
I added in at 950. Now keep going. I got
All right,
out
so you added
on
in
that,
here. Okay.
yeah, and then I got out on that buyer's candle. I don't know, you see it? It went to the 55 right there. Or maybe that's your, yeah, I don't know. That big green one. And I
This
was like,
one?
nope. Yeah,
Or this one?
no.
55.
Oh, wait, I don't know. I might have shed one on that first one, and then I have my entry times, but not my entry exits written down. Which is what I want
Talking
to work
around
on.
11
my exits,
o'clock?
so.
Are you talking around 11 o'clock?
I don't know. Hold on. I have to go look, but I don't think I can do that. Oh, I don't know how to do both. All right, I'm gonna go to my computer and look. I'll be right back.
Yeah, IWM was another one that just went to hell today.
All the indices did. Yes, and well, it's S&P 500 and Nasdaq and the Russell IWM, right? IWM, the Qs, and SPY. All of them did the same thing. Boom. All you had to do was listen to the sound of Coach's voice today, and you would have made $1 billion. What was he calling out today? SPY, right?
Yes.
So you could have thrown a dart for an entry point on any one of those three, and you would have still made money. Did nothing but go down all day long, right? Those days don't happen very often. I mean, I've had where I've been in something else, and they're talking, "Oh, it's going crashing out," and I don't go look at it, right? Then you go back after the fact, and like, "Dang it, why didn't I listen to the sound of Coach's voice?" I was like, "Idiot." So, and actually, literally, that's the only reason. This is the second day in a row, I believe, right? Didn't it drop yesterday for a little bit?
I think it did, yeah.
I think yesterday Nana was talking about it at the open, and because I was done trading pretty much before the market opened, and then Nana was calling out whatever she was calling, SPY and whatever, and I went over and looked at it, and I ended up jumping in and writing that down for a bunch of money. And then today was kind of, she was hollering, I don't know, Coach hollered, said something about it. I went and looked at it today. I wasn't going to trade today either because I did very well. I made a third of that money I told you I made in the pre-market this morning, early morning. And
wow.
Okay, I have
so
my
I was done. I was
ready.
done for the day. I wasn't going to trade anymore, and I'm glad I did. Like, geez.
Hey, Ange. Hi, babe.
So I got back out at 10:24. I shed one, and then I shed the other one at 10:45.
What?
And then I got back in.
What?
She was a
10:21. 10:21 for what?
What do you see?
Why?
I got
why
out
do you,
at 10:24.
that's what I'm asking you.
I haven't
10:24,
reviewed it
okay.
myself either, Mark. I need to.
Well, do
That's
it
what I
right
was
now.
saying.
We'll do it together. We'll do it together.
Okay.
What did you get out of
All
that
right,
trade?
so
It went
10.
had one little
I need
tiny
to see-
green candle.
Where's 1024?
Oh my God, 1020 what? 1 or 4?
Oh,
10,
okay.
24.
You know why I got out? Because that
Any
paid
of
for my
this in
trade.
here, you're crazy for getting out. Any of that.
But listen, Mark,
Damn.
that
Go ahead.
paid for my trade.
Okay. So you were locking in
You
profit.
feel me?
I
Yeah.
feel you.
Oh,
So
you
now
just
I'm
did you
free.
shed?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I
So,
got you.
so you weren't all the way out.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So what you shed made everything after that green.
Yeah, I usually shed at, if I can, at profit, like at free trade. Like that's my like, okay.
Right.
Well,
I
whatever.
don't
You know,
know.
that's a
Probably
strategy.
then-
right there, 'cause it's-
right?
You
That
probably
ain't
shed right
And then
here.
I shed again at 1045.
Okay, I'll buy that. It hit bottom at that time and pulled way back up. Okay, I get it. Shed
Okay.
some more.
And
Expected your
then,
profits.
but that
Right
was
here.
all I had. So I'm all out
Okay.
now. Okay.
Okay.
I got back
Alright.
in at 1238.
1238.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're still in the trade, right?
I got out at 214.
What? Oh, let me see.
And then, well, I got out of one at 214, and I got out of the second one at like, shit, I didn't
You
write
mean
it
to
down.
tell me you wrote,
I think it was like
you wrote that one at
3.
114 when it pulled way back up? You rode through that mess?
No, that's what I'm saying. I got out at 214. I don't know. Maybe I wrote this
Where
down
the
wrong.
hell's
Maybe it was-
1238?
it was probably
Oh,
like-
down
Oh wait,
here.
no. You know why, Mark? I had
140.
realized it was respecting the 55, and
Okay.
so I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it to the 55. I'm still green,
Yeah.
and-
You're all green.
and so I was gonna let it go at the 55, and then if
Oh,
it
you
Well, the
got
broke,
it
beauty
on
of it
the-
is,
it didn't. Do what?
beauty of it is you got it 1,000 feet above where it's at down there, right? So you can afford to let it play around a little bit, right? That's why you were able to do that. It'd be okay, right? Because you're so far in the green.
Yeah.
So what if it pulls back a couple $100?
Those were my
right?
$7 contracts that went up to, I don't know, $58.
That's a good trade. You rode
That's
through that
good.
big old ugly W that went to 55. That's pretty that's hanging on for all dear life. But yeah,
Well, that's
I would.
me zooming out and on my 5 minute, which
Mhm.
and and then looking at the 1 minute, it really never broke the 55 until it did. And I always have
Yeah.
a trend line. I don't like the trend. I like the trend channel. I shouldn't say that, but I like the trend line. And once it breaks, I'm out. Done.
Nice. How many contracts did you have?
I only had 4. I wish I had a whole bunch more. I'm so cautious because my
That
account.
was still
Well,
good.
one of my accounts
Good
grew by
trade.
143% today. And
Wow.
the other one
Nice.
was 35%. Um,
Good job.
the 35% one is my larger. Like, both of them are small. Let's be real. But, no, I thought I did well, but I really do. I need to sit down and like look at it. But
Yeah, I would have had a
Emotions.
hard time. I would have had a hard time when it hit the 55. But one of the things, if you're doing an EWO play that I learned from David, if it gets into the cloud, and you got to have a good entry to start with, so in other words, you're into green. It's an area to be concerned when it gets into the cloud between 21.55. But until it touches the 55, don't freak out, right? If you can stomach that,
Right.
and I've
yeah, I mean,
never
I've
held it
tried the
till
whole
that
like if
close.
it doesn't break VWAP thing, but I didn't get in on an EWO, or if I did, it was accidental.
Well, it turned into one for you, though, right? Yeah, that's a daggone good. I mean, how much you say you made? 143%. That's daggone good.
Yeah.
Good job. That's how you build your counts up day by day, doing that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Right.
you got that right.
That's it.
I
Absolutely.
wish I had futures I could get in and get back out. But no, I don't have, I hadn't
we-
traded IWM enough so recently. So I was like, a little bit skittish.
Go back and go back this weekend and chart your lines out. That way you have fresh
Go over it.
data on there, and next time you trade it, your levels will be good. Like mine, I got to erase half of mine. But can you believe Doug made fun of me today, Ange, about all the lines on my chart? It hurt
He
my
just doesn't know what's
feelings.
good.
I yelled at Doug because he does not put a lot of lines. He's very minimalist. And he only puts
I am
the big
too.
things. Yeah. And I'm like, it was dropping and dropping. I'm like, what? How do you know where's your points of decision? Get some lines on there.
I was surprised I had that many on IWM. I really don't. I'll do like your lines, the pre-market, and a couple other, and that's it. I don't like no more than like 4 or 5 lines on my chart.
Oh.
Well, what I end up
If I'm
doing is I end up
drawing lines as I go.
How about Government Cheese dropping lines in on his chart here lately?
Well, they have value. They're historical, right? That way you ain't surprised when it bounces somewhere, right?
Right.
Nothing. There's never a better feeling when you have lines drawn in your chart and you took the time to do it, and it comes down and hits a critical level that you really want to aware of, and hits that thing and bounces the other way, and doesn't. That way you're not caught off surprise, right? Because you're always prepared when you approach a historical level. Now, mine, I'm approaching historical level about every 15 seconds.
I do appreciate whoever dropped the tidbit, whichever moderator. I think it was Bruno, actually. Maybe David. I don't know. But like to have a sticky note of your color coding, because like I have like turquoise for my yearly and quarterly lines, and then I have like. But I'll forget. I'll be in a trade and be like, "What's turquoise mean again?" You know what I mean? And so
that's why I don't
like
color
you, Mark,
mine.
where you were like, "I don't color them." I have to do something to differentiate between. But anyway,
you can
I'm probably an overliner.
You can attach words to that. You can have new high a day, new low a day, whatever, all that jazz. You can actually
The
put
words
text on your
don't
lines.
follow the line into your needle.
Yeah, they do. They will. Yeah,
no, they don't. I don't know how to do that. My lines, my words stay where I put them.
Double click on the bot. Well, Weeble is a little bit different. Trading View does. I think Weeble, you just double click the lines, don't you? I don't chart a Weeble anymore. It's almost like I'm forgetting how to use it almost. You know what I mean?
I dislike.
Really?
Me and Trading View need to get a better relationship on charting. But that's an area.
You get it.
Shit. Today was my renewal. I forgot today was my renewal. Oh well, I'll get it. I'll get it because I like to play the replay on that.
Yeah, the replay is good.
Hey, we need one more guy.
F2, what did you?
We need one more guy.
F2, what did you play in the aftermarket? Rito?
Hold on just a second. Let me go double check real quick.
I think that was the big runner.
Yeah, RETO. Yep.
It looks like it's yeah, but the 9 is under the 21. Yeah, that looks like dog crap right now. Oh my god, look at the arc.
No, but those were my entries though, Ange, and I appreciate you and Nate hammering and Dawn and everybody hammering it home. Like the shoulder on shoulder thing was big for me because I just thought under the 9, but the shoulder on shoulder of the candles was a big epiphany, and it really helped with my entries today for sure.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
really good when you see it. You know, how many times have we seen it? Like that's what makes me laugh is I'm like, I've seen it 100 million times in the last year. 100 million. You know, and finally I see it and I'm like, holy crap. And then I'm actually sitting in trades longer than 10 seconds. And I'm like, first of all, I can't believe I'm doing that. And then second, it's like, holy shit, it actually works.
Okay. We got a runner here.
Yeah, for me, the liberty to like leave my screen and go, you know, do dishes or whatever. When I'm waiting on an EWO, you have to be present. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be watching. And so having a couple charts that I've charted all the ones out on my watch list. So I probably have too many lines on all of them. But then I know I can go look at them at any point and see if they meet the criteria, and I don't have to constantly stare. It gave me some freedom, and I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, it is super helpful for sure. And I need to go through and like go through my lists this weekend and change out, because I do any like my practice stuff that I'm like learning on the micro futures, and then when I'm finally done with what I would think is what I would consider my practice, I switch over to the minis. So I'm in the minis now. So that's fun.
So the minis is a bigger version.
Yeah. So like today I
big boy
traded
stock.
I traded NQ today. So the
If you like
Way to
trading
go.
Tesla versus trading TSLL kind of thing.
Yeah. Yep.
And NQ is the Qs, right?
Yep.
Okay. Mark, you love them.
What?
You used
you
to
say,
love
Maria?
the Qs.
I do love the Qs.
Right. So
I don't
NQ should
don't-
be right up your alley.
Well, you would think, yeah, but it's also the most volatile of all of them.
Yeah.
She loves them. She I was going to play the Qs, and I went over there. Was no more money left. They had took it all.
Well, and not normally, like the way my list is set up, I would normally see ES first before I'd see NQ. And NQ was the first one I saw the setup that I like. And so I stuck with it. And I'm glad I did.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that? Oh, yeah, you were there. Matt left. They had to go grocery shopping or whatever, go run around with his wife. So he pulled out a little early today in the lives, and he sends us a picture. Here he is sitting in Costco while his wife's shopping, and he's sitting there trading on his laptop inside of Costco. Hilarious. Make money anywhere there's an internet connection. He was.
Let me see the picture, Mark.
I didn't keep it.
Funhouse, ain't it?
From
Oh,
a massage chair,
funhouse?
probably. He used to be sitting in the back in the massage chairs while he was trading.
Oh,
No?
yeah, he was in Costco somewhere. I don't know if he posted it in Discord or not. It was in the Zoom chat when I saw it. Maybe it is. I don't know.
I'm going
So
to
that's where
practice.
he's been.
I did some
What?
recording of the L2 and the NQ. So I'm going to review that this weekend. And
Cool.
I did some scalping on that. Yes, I did some recordings yesterday. So I'm going to it was very chaotic, but I was more or less paying attention to the color change than I was anything else. And so I'm going to review that this weekend. And then I need to work on some exits. So I think I'm going to go dive into some of David's Saturday classes and just look at some different shedding stuff. And really get a hold on the shedding thing, because I did that today, which I don't normally do either. So, but yeah, I want to really hone in on this, because my goal is to be at a certain number of contracts by the end of the year. And you know me, I like a goal, so we're going for it.
Well, and what's interesting is like shedding has so many different techniques. Like some people shed on a pull back, some people shed on a push. You know what I mean? So like it's trying to figure that out of which one suits you better, or maybe both, a little bit of each. I don't know. Yeah, I got to work on my exits too, and area of growth.
I shed.
You do not, and we know it.
All
Lies.
once.
You
All once.
shed 100%.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say I followed coach's procedure. I just said I should, Oh, you should have seen the live trade that Doug was doing. He got rid of 5 out of 6, had one runner left. The one runner made more money than the 5 combined that he got rid of.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Oh, wow.
It was awesome to see the light bulbs go off for him too in the process.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, he did a good job in describing what was going on. We were going to make it. Well, I submitted it for a training video thing for futures, whether they cut pieces out of it or whatever. That's good. And that's something we don't really get. It started out in our training class. Usually we'll take questions or people talk about their trades or somebody has sometimes everybody's got a question and we'll go through that. But today Doug's like, hey, look at this trade. It was like, and that's all we did for 2 hours was stare at that ES trade from noon to 2 o'clock. And then I got on for the live for futures at 2 and did whatever, the initial stuff. And Doug's like, hey, you want me to share my screen? I'm like, go ahead. And that's all we looked at for the next 2 hours, hour and a half. And it was a nice change pace for the futures live broadcast that, people are following on the social media networks got to see a live trade in action and the verbal thought process of holding or getting rid of it or moving your stops and all that stuff. And, we were actively discussing it. Why, the whys. Why didn't you sell here? Why's your stop? What are you getting at? What's your exit plan? So they got to hear a lot of those things that we think in our head and do without thinking about it, right? Because it's second nature. Our training kicks in without us even realizing it. So I thought that was pretty cool myself that they got to, normally we don't do that. It's answering 20 questions or whatever, but it was a nice change. Doug did a really good job in explaining it. And yes, I agree with you, Angie. It was good to see his light bulbs going off. And a lot of the other members, we was able to actually read L2 on SPY, on an indices. It was moving, had nice volume, but it wasn't spinning around like a slot machine, right? And we were able to watch it. It was moving enough to move things, but it wasn't moving so fast you couldn't read the dumb thing, right? Like when you get super high volume.
Right.
And it was like perfect.
So,
like,
Mark,
mm-hmm.
It's I'm sorry. Go ahead. I wasn't trying to interrupt you.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Oh, so it's funny you say that. So when I was a teacher, we used this model called I do, we do, you do. And so it's kind of like I do, but you have to do a think aloud. Like if you're like, I taught math. So if I'm thinking through an algebraic equation, I had to like actually think each step out loud, not just the simple stuff you do in your head, like 2 + 2, duh. But you had to actually say those things, and then the class would do it together, and then then you would release them to do it alone. And so I think it's kind of like, but a think aloud is very important, and it's something that so many of you guys have internalized, and y'all are great at also verbalizing it, but there's so many little nuances, you know what I mean, that you skip just because you don't even think that you're thinking them, because they're just natural, they're
right.
habit, you know what I mean?
I mean, I talk to myself all the time. I mean, sometimes I'm just answering the other voices in my head that aren't me. But that it does. I'll say, all right, I'll start out by, be patient. Wait for the break. That kind. And sometimes I'll sit there like I do during training. I'll have a conversation with myself. It does help. I
do it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a think aloud, and it helps a lot just for people to hear how you're thinking.
Stay up there.
It's just literally like voicing every thought. But some of our thoughts are just so automatic that we don't even know we're thinking them, if that makes any sense. But
right.
It's really taking it back to an elementary level to do a think aloud. And that's the I do part. And then the we do, you're asking the students to think through it with you, and then the you do obviously would be their paper trading.
Well,
I
when you
love that you
vocalize
call it
something, now
a
you now you're using another part of your brain, right? Because now your body has to talk too, right? Take your thoughts and then put them into words. So that's engaging another portion of your brain. Unless you grew up in the '70s like me, and then there's not much hope. But
Bionic Woman, $6 Million Man. I was watching them this week.
Okay, and then Ange,
Yeah.
I was listening to Let Them this morning because I'm still not finished. Don't judge me.
Yeah.
But the 5 whys, I just think that that's so powerful. Like, okay, why am I doing well at trading? I'm doing well because I'm choosing good entries. Why am I choosing good entries? Because I'm being patient. Why am I being patient? Like, just the 5 W's, and then you could use it backwards, but I prefer, like, I don't know, when you're teaching it to think about positives, and then, people can use it the other way, the inverse. But the 5 whys was so powerful for me today. And I know she didn't mean it towards your trading, but it was just very powerful.
I hate the
Did
5
you
whys.
have any takeaway from that?
It was such a, I don't know, it was such a good book in general. Like every piece of that book I can apply to every stage of my life. And like currently, like in the current moment that I'm in, like it speaks to me in so many ways. And so I apply a lot of those things all day, all day.
Right.
No, I think it's funny. I was such a bitch to my mom yesterday. I mean, itch, like with all the caps, okay? And I was listening to it this morning, and I'm like, oh, I did not let her at all. Like, I literally ran all over her. And anyway, yeah, that book is
Why?
powerful. It's called Let Them. All right, anyway.
Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that to your mother?
She changed your diapers.
I feel really bad, and I called today and apologized, but I'm just saying it. So Jnetics asked, what are the 5 whys? It's literally just why upon why upon why. Why am I doing well at trading this week? Because I'm choosing good entries. Why am I choosing good entries? Because I'm being patient. Why am I being patient? Because I know that's what works. Why do I know that's what works? Because that's when I'm green. I mean, that's a very simplistic version, but that's 5 whys. It's literally just asking the whys.
You made me spaz out when you said the 5 whys. I hate the 5 whys because I grew up in manufacturing my entire life. And whenever things went wrong, or you screwed up, or a machine blew up, or employee did something wrong, you had to do a 5 why report. It was a form of punishment.
And that's exactly what she references, is that it's it's a engineering
that's not the way
solution.
Yeah. Well, it is. It is, but it's anyway. It just makes me spaz out because all the managers use it as a form of punishment, instead of an actual fact-finding, deep thought, deep dive type of thing. You screwed up. I want a 5 why on my desk before the end of the day, right? That's how they always treat them. That's why I cringe every time. I've been hearing that for 45 years. I need a 5 why.
But can you see how it applies?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, definitely.
It doesn't have to be negative. Yeah,
no,
it doesn't have to be negative
tool
either.
When you actually do a 5 why the way it's supposed to be done. But most people just give a superfluous answer to the 5 whys, right? It's supposed to be very specific, right? So,
I see that.
Yeah, like how you just
applies.
Yeah. No, that's a very effective analytical tool. It really is when used properly. Just I grew up in a different environment. That's all. I haven't heard that. Actually, I haven't heard that term since I retired.
And what's funny though, Mark, is that I just think of it as I want people to expound upon what they're good at versus what they're bad at. So I would prefer we use, you know what I mean? Like, because you can grow on what you're good at, and you can negate what you're bad at by growing on what you're good at, And so I just feel like the 5 whys could be used positively. I don't know. I feel you though. Sorry for bringing up nightmares. Go ahead, Ange. Sorry.
I just I've got a chapter left I started another one. It's called The Courage to Be Happy. and it's a really good book too. Again, I love to read and stuff, so these days if I'm not training for trading, I am finding time to read. So
That's awesome.
but that's another good book too that I found that it's been really impactful, right? So like applying it not just to my professional life here, but then also just in my personal life. I think one of the biggest takeaways is, and we hear this all the time, is happiness is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to let that sink in a minute and just remember how true that is.
Yep.
It's
Should let
so
other
true,
people's
and that's
actions or
why I'm waiting on you, Mark. Finish. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
I say you
interrupt you.
shouldn't let other. No. It's like you shouldn't let other people's actions or attitudes affect your own or drive your own attitude. Don't hang out with the
Right,
big
and
boys,
for
but the big
me-
men with them.
And for me, it's when you get in a negative mind space, it's just so hard to see anything positive. So if we just focus on the positive, not that we don't need to, like, pay attention to
Yeah.
the things we're doing wrong, but if you put your head in the positive space, it literally grows positive. It's just like happiness
Yep.
grows happiness. So
It's
that's all
contagious.
I mean.
It's contagious. Just like negativity is a cancer.
Right.
Yep.
That would be for sure. I'm just listening to y'all while I'm trading.
Yeah, just go ahead and make more money than we did today. Go ahead.
Just trying to stay limber.
Okay.
I had to get out of that last one. It went against me. I'm like, we're not sitting in that. Let's reposition.
You all have a great weekend.
Yeah.
See
You too, Mark.
tomorrow or whatever.
You too, Mark. I expect a 5Y report on my desk Monday morning.
Yeah.
Or in
Yeah.
the newsletter, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And now I gotta go take a tranquilizer, calm down from a 5Y.
I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed to be traumatic.
I'll guarantee you.
I meant it in a
guarantee you
positive
F2 has had to
way.
do a 5Y. I bet you F2's had to do 5Ys also, being a supervisor. He probably hates them worse than I do.
We call them smart action plans. We use the smart.
Oh,
Okay. I've heard that.
And
SMART.
yeah, it's not that I'm already busy enough and then I'm supposed to sit down, before I go home for today and write up reports of why something's
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's say they're effective tools, but they're always used in manufacturing as a form of punishment. If you really want to know
Like a
what
code
wrong,
red.
yeah, whatever, right? All right, well, I'll see y'all when I see y'all tomorrow. Probably I'll hear y'all tomorrow anyway. So, hey, I'm glad y'all got to see
And
me
David's
today.
class will be there.
Blessings all yours. See you, bye. Oh yes, I do have.
Have a good one, Mark.
I do have a parrot. Not that you mentioned it. It's a disabled veteran, one of our members. I guess it's his parrot. He's learning how to say .com.
American Dream Trading.
I'm just going to start saying buy memberships, buy memberships, buy memberships. Buy memberships. See you, bye.
American Dream Trading. AmericanDreamTrading.com.
How do you get out of this thing? Oh, that button right there. See you, bye.
You want me to kick you out? Bye. Anybody got anything else they want to add, or you want to get your weekend started now?
I could go to bed.
You get some rest, girl. Thank you
Dude,
for covering me all
I think
week.
the
I love you.
Mucinex
You're
has
awesome.
me on a high. Like, Mucinex does not allow me to sleep. So dumb.
Really?
I was up at like
Wow.
3
What?
o'clock this morning, and I was like, oh, I can just join the. Nope, not even 4 o'clock yet. And then my power's out. Ooh, okay. Anyway,
Right.
I think it's the Mucinex.
It's like, no.
Nope.
That's us, and I'm gonna join this
Well,
Saturday
as
group
long as-
tomorrow and go to David's training and stuff, and then I'm gonna do some trading view stuff, and I'm gonna go back and do some practice review and just make sure my, I'm always working on just making sure that I'm performing at my own personal top notch. and stuff. And then
because if you don't, who's gonna do it?
exactly. And then I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna get some sleep.
Um,
I love the balance.
Ziata in the chat wants to know if we trade crypto.
We sure do. We've got a whole crypto department. You can get yourself a crypto membership. In fact, if you join the Diamond, you can have all of that, all of our classes for one low price of 10 grand. All now and all future classes can be had in cryptos included in that. But if you just want to go with the crypto, how much is that, Maria? You know, and just by itself?
I'm not sure.
I think
You can
it's
do like a
pretty
crypto
low right
lifetime.
now, though, because he said that he was letting people in until, because it's not like fully off the ground, like it's still a work in progress. So I think it's like at its lowest rate it will be, is what I mean.
But American Dream Trading link is in there.com. You can go right there and look at the pricing. It's also located, for those of you on the replay, in the description of the video. So yeah, go check it out. We have crypto moderators that will walk you through. They're going all weekend long. So if you want to learn, you're in the right place.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and end with Coach's rules. This thing's dropping. Come on down in the weeds, honey. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna end this with Coach's rules. Everybody have a fantastical weekend.
You too.
And stay green.
Yes.
Stay green.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
See you guys in the morning. Mañana.
Love y'all.
Love you guys down in the chat. Feel better, Maria.
So when I found American Dream Trading, I was at a pretty bad spot in my life. I was desperately trying to find anything I could to better my life. And I found you, Coach, and my life changed. Everything changed. And I want to thank you. I'm not supposed to get like this. These people are amazing. This group, this family is amazing. I'm doing great now. If it can happen for me, it can happen for anyone. But I want to thank you, Coach, for not giving up on me and helping me to see that I shouldn't give up on myself.
Please follow the rules. Nobody go rogue. Some of the rules that we have to and live and die by in here is do not lose more than 1 to 3% of your total account value in any given day. Make sure you have stop losses on each and every trade, regardless of shares and or options. Make sure you guys are practicing small base hits. Don't go for home runs. Allow the runners to run and stop out the losers. If you're a new trader, make sure you are paper trading using a simulated trading system such as Webull or some of the other ones that are out there. If you are an expert trader, please make sure you also are being careful the first 3 minutes and the last 8 to 9 minutes of the day. Those are the absolute most volatile times in the entire market. Also, if you're a newer trader, please don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day. Those are the most dangerous times.